Good morning, everyone. It's 11 a.m., so let's go ahead and get started. This is Mike Dutter with the National Weather Service in Wakefield, and here's your Thursday morning weather briefing for the upcoming weekend into next week. I'm going to first start out with the current radar and just loop this here quickly, just showing that we're continuing to see these showers and some heavier showers moving into northeast North Carolina, but there's this pretty sharp line here extending across the peninsula, eastern shore into the peninsula into southern Virginia. This is actually the cold front that is currently sort of stalled out again over the area. So areas south of here, south of that front today, are going to continue to see these showers move through. It does look like maybe the heavier rain will stay, as you can see right now, currently over further south of the local area, at least through much of the day today. But again, we're going to continue to see these showers, move through, especially North Carolina and maybe south side Hampton Roads into the day. The big thing here, and it's hard to see here, and I apologize, but much drier air has filtered into the northern parts of the area, almost early fall-like, actually, with dew points into the 50s across Louisa County, lower 60s into the Richmond metro. Dew points that we haven't seen for a while. Very, very pleasant dew points have filtered in, and those should stay around for the next few days. So let's go ahead and get back to the briefing. This map here shows, and I'll talk a little bit more about this shortly, but shows the excessive rainfall outlook for today. There is a moderate risk continuing across mainly northeast North Carolina. I wouldn't be shocked if this gets pushed southward. This whole area of heavy excessive rainfall gets pushed southward as the day goes on. There's some hints that maybe the best rainfall will stay just south of northeast North Carolina through tonight. But we'll keep taking a closer look at that as the day goes on. But first, I also wanted to show you some of the latest rainfall totals through 8 a.m. this morning. This is for the past 72 hours. A couple corridors of higher rainfall from the Richmond metro to the eastern shore, and then this other higher total from Greensboro, North Carolina, up through northeast North Carolina into Hampton Roads, where there was has been generally 2 to 4 inches of rain. So welcome rain for a lot of areas, some flooding issues, but nothing significant at least has been reported. Certainly some welcome rain for areas that received it due to the drought conditions. So the next couple days, notice that this front again sort of tries to go south of the area today, continue with these showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. There continues to be a flood threat, and I'll talk about that maybe later tonight as this wave moves back up and maybe pushes some more heavier rain into northeast North Carolina later tonight into early tomorrow morning. But in general, that threat should be confined to the far southeast. On Friday, this front continues south of the area. This almost Canadian-like high-pressure system builds over, again, below normal temperatures with those showers possible across the south. And again, very pleasant across the north, though, with what dry conditions mostly expected. Over the weekend, shower chances try to creep back northward just as this high shifts off to the east. Just chances of rain and showers right now, and gradually getting a little bit warmer. But again, generally at or below normal temperatures for the weekend. And then this should say, I apologize for Monday, but Monday should be generally dry and somewhat warmer as this high shifts off the coast. We do have a flood watch out for Southside Hampton Roads as well as northeast North Carolina today. Again, we could see some localized, especially across northeast North Carolina, could see these localized totals, including the totals from this morning of 2 to 4 inches with local areas of 5. Again, we're looking at that right now to see if maybe we can trim some of this back this afternoon. So stay tuned. There may be some changes to this as the day goes on. Excessive rainfall outlook. I showed you this. Again, we'll see if this gets shifted back south or this highest risk gets shifted south later today. But we do have a slight risk as well for tomorrow. Again, I mentioned those showers and isolated storms potentially moving back up later tonight into tomorrow morning. So that may bring some additional, at least slight risk for excessive rainfall on Friday. And then on Saturday, at that point, there might be some scattered showers, but the flooding risk looks fairly low on Saturday. Instead of showing you this slide specifically, I wanted to show you a loop of this. So this is simulated reflectivity from one of our models. And what I really wanted to show you here, this is, late this morning into this afternoon. Notice how this rain, the heaviest rain especially stays south of, really south of the area, but especially south of the Virginia, North Carolina border. And just notice how this activity sort of continues to stay southward. We may again get some scattered showers and isolated storms late this afternoon and this evening. But again, the main threat really does look like it's trying to shift southward today and into tonight. Now, once you get later into tonight, into tomorrow morning, you can see that little wave develops and you start to see these higher reflectivities. This is 6 a.m. Again, this is just a model forecast, but notice how you start to see these higher totals of these heavier rain showers and isolated storms creeping back northward. So, we're not out of the woods completely yet in North Carolina for excessive rainfall into today, through tomorrow. So I think we will need to keep some eye on this heavier rain returning back, especially after all the rain we received over the past day or two down there. So it's, again, we should keep an eye out for that for now. And then those scattered showers, again, could continue right through tomorrow afternoon as well. So again, North Carolina is going to stay rather unsettled through tomorrow. Virginia, however, especially central Virginia, is going to stay much, much more pleasant. And again, this is from 8 a.m. through today through 8 a.m. tomorrow. So a lot of this rain might have occurred already. There could be some locally higher amounts possible if you get, especially later tonight, if you get a heavier storm or shower moving through. And again, those flash flooding is possible under the heaviest of rain today into tonight. But again, very dry and really no rain north of Richmond, north and west of Richmond. Tomorrow, again, the focus remains across, close to the Sound in northeast North Carolina, and with that front staying draped across, near the North Carolina border or even south. Again, dry across the northern parts of the area. And then the rain for the 72-hour period really highlights, again, the especially areas along the Sound where 3 to 4 inches of rain could fall through Saturday, Sunday morning. Severe weather forecast for the next few days. There might be a few rumbles of thunder, but we are not expecting severe weather, maybe just some general thunder for the next few days, especially across southeast Virginia, northeast North Carolina, right through the really the holiday week, or through the weekend. Temperature forecast, again, notice these very pleasant temperatures really right through the weekend. These are all below normal temperatures through the weekend, rising a little bit by Sunday, but generally even that is still, low to mid 80s is still below normal. And the humidity still will be very, very pleasant. Eventually, it will take a little time across, the southeast Virginia, northeast North Carolina, but the humidity will start coming down as well. And these low temperatures into the 60s, except right close to the coast. Now, coming into, once we get past, again, Saturday, especially across the South, Sunday, Monday, looks to be dry. We do have increasing chances again for showers and storms later Tuesday into Tuesday night as the next system comes through. We're looking at that. There could be potential for severe weather Tuesday into afternoon into Tuesday evening. Stay tuned. There's still a lot of uncertainty about that. Rip currents, we do have northeast flow, onshore flow across much of the across the water, so there is a moderate risk for rip currents today, and again on Friday as well. But on Saturday, for the weekend, we should start relaxing that rip risk, and we have a low risk of rip currents for Saturday. And looking ahead for the next week, again, these near to below normal temperatures really will continue into early part of next week, or the middle part of next week. And we do still look like, again, good news for the drought conditions. We do look like we're going to have above normal precipitation. It's at least favored as series of low pressures systems move through the area every couple of days. For our marine partners, there are small craft advisories in effect for the bay through early this afternoon, but notice that the winds will be diminishing. They'll continue out of the northeast, but they will be diminishing today and continuing generally east or northeast tomorrow into Saturday, and just gradually relaxing as the weekend goes on. Significant wave heights. Really, the largest waves will be today with those stronger winds, but then again relaxing for the weekend with generally 2 feet or less. And speaking of a couple of slides ago, I talked about the drought. This is the latest drought monitor as of this morning. There has been slight improvements to the drought conditions across the last week, but I want to add a caveat in here. This drought monitor, even though it was released today, it only takes data into account or any rainfall that fell before 8 a.m. on Tuesday the 21st. So all the rain we received over the past couple of days will not be accounted for in this drought outlook. So I would be expecting some changes for next week's outlook due to all this rain that we've received. So stay tuned. But as of this moment, there's still widespread drought across the entire area with pockets of D2 and D3 drought conditions. And in the tropics, we are still keeping an eye on Bertha, down Tropical Storm Bertha near the Louisiana coast. And you can see this track continues to take it into making potentially a secondary landfall in Texas later tonight or Friday morning. Maximum sustained winds are around 45 miles an hour, and with most of the strongest winds off the coast, but they are seeing a little bit of tropical storm force winds, especially in gusts right along the Louisiana coast right now. And again, this would mainly be have a rainmaker across the deep south. And that's all I have. I'd be happy to take any questions. Thank you.